Our top story at 6, as the federal government shutdown continues, Georgia families receiving food stamps are getting their February benefits early.
Inslee Nichols joins us live outside the Bibb County Division of Family and Children's Services with more.
Yeah, Frank and Lori, people call them food stamps, but those funds are actually loaded onto electronic benefit cards. I spoke with one woman who relies on that money for everyday groceries. Now she is budgeting to make sure it lasts as long as possible. Dominic Black depends on SNAP benefits every month to feed herself and her 4 grandchildren. The government shutdown impacts 1.6 million Georgians who rely on those benefits. But going into February, the Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services loaded cards early with funds.
No, it wasn't any less. It was actually double what I usually get.
Going into February, Black doesn't have to stress about putting food on the table, but moving forward, she plans to budget.
You know, it's just that we don't really know what's going on with the government, so we have to, shop accordingly. So even though it was on there for the month of February, we're not really sure what's going to go on.
Last weekend, Georgia DFACS worked with its EBT vendor and the USDA Food and Nutrition Service to put the funds onto EBT cards. In a press release, DFACS Chief Deputy Division Director John Anderson says, quote, "The division is monitoring the situation and continuing to evaluate options as circumstances dictate. We are hopeful the early release of next month's benefit amount will help families equip themselves appropriately should the partial shutdown continue." In the meantime, Black says she'll spread out every nickel and dime until the shutdown ends.
You know, it's nothing that we can do, like I said, but pray. That's it. That's all we can do. It's out of our control.
Georgia DFACS says they will continue to update people on funding as well as give out information on how to budget wisely January through March. Live outside Bibb County DFACS, Inslee Nichols, 13 WMAZ News.
All right, thanks for the information, Inslee.
If the shutdown continues through March, the U.S. Department of Agriculture says there will be no more funding for SNAP.
What's up, guys? How you doing? It's your boy TOJ. Here we go again. Another day, another government shutdown. And these welfare mothers they've been getting a wake-up call. I've been saying this for the longest. I don't trust the government. I don't depend on the government. One of the main reasons why I don't have any government assistance is because the government can give it and the government can take it away. And I've been looking at all these news reports, all these Facebook posts from women that I'm Facebook friends with, some that I talk to on a regular basis, and some that I'm just casual internet friends with. And the posts have been piling up that my food stamps been cut off. I ain't got no food in my house. Well, what did you expect? Every administration goes through a government shutdown, whether you guys know it or not. I follow politics. You know, so I'm politically savvy. I'm not politically immature. Now, stick to the end of the video because this is a lot to unpack. Because some of y'all may be, politically inclined like I am, and some of you may not, but this is a secret plan that I personally think is going to happen. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, I think all those motherfuckers are in on it, because what you guys don't know, the ones who are on welfare, and I'm not saying that to disparage you if you personally are on welfare or get food stamps, is that the way our government shutdown, mind you, this is a partial shutdown. This ain't a full government shutdown. The last government shutdown we had was when Obama was in office trying to pass Obamacare, and they couldn't get the votes, and I think Lindsey Graham and all them motherfuckers was like doing shit and caused like a 21-day government shutdown, and that was an actual shutdown, not a partial shutdown, but it wasn't as long as this one is. Now this one can last for a long time, and all them girls on Section 8 who got to renew their documents and renew their vouchers gonna be losing a lot of places to stay. And that's going to put you in a position, if you got the stomach to do it, to go to one of the mega churches. Get a job or something, or go to one of the mega churches like Paul Morton, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Adala, and all these other weirdos out there, and get them to start making food banks. If they give so much of a fuck about the community. Because where I live at in the city of New Orleans, they got a big-ass $35 million mega church. They just built it literally a month ago. All on TV bragging about it, claiming that we saved up money for 13 years to get this shit financed. So yes, there is money out there that can help these families in need. Now, to the video I just posted, was the video that you just saw. The government is giving people food stamps a month early, just in case the government shutdown get worse. You know, this is so embarrassing. They had to put out a mandate that came with the food stamps that said, beware, this is for you not to touch until February. Just hold on to it, pretend it don't exist. Don't go out and buy mega boxes of steaks and chicken and shrimp and all that shit and get turned out. And then come February, you begging for more food stamps because you only get your money ahead of time. Don't go ahead on it and throw up, you know, a mega size. Because remember, the Super Bowl is coming. And they don't want nobody to go ahead and throw a big ass Super Bowl party and blow all your money on ribs and shit. Then come March the 1st, you're dead broke. Or your EBT card is completely empty. And I really hate that that's the case. Now, what I want to get into when I said for you guys to stay tuned in, this is what I think is going to happen. Donald Trump can declare a state of emergency, a national security, and divert funds from the Pentagon. You guys don't know that. If you know it, good for you. You're one of the ones who read and you follow politics like I do. Now, what he can do is he can divert $5 billion from the Pentagon's money, the war chest, what you want to call it, Pentagon funding, and use that to build his wall, which I ain't got no problem with. The reason why I have no problem with it is because I live in America like the rest of you guys. If you're watching this from America, what is wrong with us having a border wall? My issue is, who the fuck didn't finish the job? They got a piece of wall that just stops. Like you can tell somebody started building it and it just stopped. And they can't say, and the other people on the left, the libtards, snowflakes who crying about it, talk to the angel mothers. The angel mothers know what it's like to have somebody who's not, who's undocumented coming down here, fucking up the program, killing and raping and all that shit. Yes, that shit has happened. Not that it happens all the time. A friend of mine's mama got killed in almost the name of a park. I'll say it, Lafreniere Park in Metairie, where I live at. Metairie is like the city outside of New Orleans. And the way it happened was the guy kidnapped the woman. He kidnapped, my dude mama, and he dragged her by the canal. Now, since that event has taken place, they done built a completely big-ass fence around the canal. So in the walking jogging path, you can't ever cross it. You can't hop it. Trust me. It's the kind of gate like it's like bars. You can't actually climb it up unless you're like a monkey or some shit. You can use your feet to climb up with it. And they, based on that unfortunate rape and murder of my friend Mama, the guy was undocumented. How the fuck they found this dude is a mystery to me. But what's happening is it's a lot of things that are connected. It's a lot of connective tissue that's connected to a border wall. For example, the abuse of non-documented workers is my biggest concern. I don't really give a fuck about some Spanish people picking grapes or, picking cabbage or whatever, horticulture jobs. And my issue, the concern is the mistreatment of them people. Because you know that they're not documented, you can fuck them over. I lived through Hurricane Katrina. I know what it's like when the government is not here for you. All that shit with FEMA, with George Bush and Brownie, you're doing a great job and all that other shit. I lived through all that. When the government essential services are not here, you on your own. And for the welfare mamas, welfare recipients, all them people watching that, who's into that stuff, that's on government assistance. Now, old people, I got no problem with the elderly and the indigent. It's just the young people don't understand that you got to prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. The border wall has to be there for a reason. It ain't no, like, stupid ass Nancy Pelosi said, some kind, the border wall is immoral. What the fuck are you talking about? Get that motherfucker $5 billion and call it a day. Do you realize this? The analogy that I use is giving Trump $5 billion is no different than me giving you a nickel out of $1,000. I still got more money left over. A shitload of money. Damn near a whole fucking grand left. And I'm freaking out over a nickel. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, for those of you who stuck to the end of this video, the smart ones, this is what I think is going to happen. Trump will get reelected. I'm going to tell you why he's going to get reelected. What he's going to do is, if they don't get as many as $5 billion, he will take it from the Pentagon, complete his campaign promise of building that wall, or at least getting started on it, And what's going to wind up happening in that first debate, whoever he's going to debate against, he's going to say it. I got the money for the country. I saved the goddamn country. And everything I just said about the border wall and the immigrants getting paid the right amount of money and the coyotes not abusing them, all that's going to go into consideration when voting for this man again. He's going to completely fulfill his campaign promise, and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer would have given it to him. I'm out. Peace.